Welcome to the San Diego State University's School of Communication. I'm Dr. Heather Canary. I'm the director of the School of Communication and a professor of communication. While this is my third year here at Sdsu, I have been teaching communication classes for over 20 years, specializing my teaching and research around organizational, health, and family communication. I'm also an active scholar, having written or co-edited 3 books, 50 articles and book chapters, and have been a project member on over $8 million of federally funded research projects. Today we're going to explore some questions you might have about the School of Communication, such as what are the majors in communication, why should you come to SDSU, why study communication, and what subjects do you study? I'll talk a bit about what can you do with the degree and what the curriculum looks like. And then we'll talk about some other things that students do in the School of Communication. We have 2 majors in the School of Communication, communication and health communication. Our school does not have majors in journalism, television, or broadcasting. We don't have a curriculum of public relations and advertising, and we are not specifically dealing with media studies. We are not training people for a particular career, but rather many careers. Why should you come to SDSU? Well, the School of Communication is grounded in a set of 4 core values that the faculty have developed that guide all of our teaching, our research, our interactions with our students, and with our community. They include advance knowledge, promote fairness, respect, and justice, foster relationships, and enhance the public good. Our mission at the School of Communication is to achieve scholarly, instructional, and community impact. And that is an acronym standing for Innovating Communication Teaching and Research, Mentoring in the Communication Research Process, Partnering with others in educational, research, institutional, and community contexts, asking questions, acknowledging issues, and assessing answers that advance the discipline, communicating the mission across contexts, and transforming teaching and research into communicative excellence and translating our work for the public good. Why study communication if it's not for a specific career? Well, because communication is essential to all careers. It has been identified by employers as one of the most critical skills to bring to any job that you have. It's important in our personal lives, our social lives, our political and community lives, as well as our professional lives. Communication is interesting, it's multifaceted, and much more complex than people think, and it's relevant to our everyday lives. What subjects do we study in the School of Communication? Well, we study oral communication skills, as one would think, such as speaking and debate, but we also study communication between cultures. We look at communication in special contexts, such as interpersonal relationships, health communication, political and public communication, and business and organizations. We look at the principles of persuasion. We guide our students to know different methodologies and ways to investigate communication and use communication to investigate. And then we have special topics from time to time that are offered, such as visual communication and the dark side of personal relationships. What can you do with this degree? Well, although it's not vocational to a specific career, there are many things you can do with a degree in communication, such as corporate careers in sales and in management, small businesses where in the curriculum you learn how to navigate complex business networks. Many of our alumni go into consulting. Communication is a skill that many people need to hone even in their careers, and our alumni often provide valuable consulting and coaching to improve communication skills to people on the job. Some of our alumni go into philanthropy, leading nonprofit organizations, or maybe go on to graduate school in communication or in public health, law school, and sometimes our alumni go into mediation careers, using conflict management principles to help people solve their problems. Recent employers in the private sector include Children's Hospital, JLab Audio, Wells Fargo Bank, Baybird Inc., and many others. In the nonprofit and public sectors, our alumni have gone on to work for the San Diego Port Authority, the San Diego Water Authority, the San Diego Community College District, and Feeding San Diego. So what does our major look like? It is a scaffolded curriculum, meaning that all of our incoming majors start with foundations courses together, and then they take electives that they choose, and then end their time in the School of Communication again coming together for a common experience in the Communication Capstone class. In order to qualify to be a communication major, you need to take pre-major classes and meet our pre-major requirements, which means taking our basic oral communication course, COMM 103, and then choosing 2 courses from the list that you see here on this slide, COMM 160, COMM 201, 204, or 245. People entering the School of Communication as a major must have a cumulative GPA of 2.75 and have received at least a C in those pre-major courses, and needed to have completed at least 45 units of college credits. The foundations courses look like this. First of all of our students, all of our majors take COMM 300, Conceptualizing Communication, and COMM 350, Investigating Communication. And then they can go on to taking the upper division conceptualizing courses, choosing 3 from that list, and the upper division investigating communication courses, choosing 1 from that list. Then our communication majors can also select electives. We have a wide variety of electives, including professional communication, interviewing, relational communication, political communication, leadership, and many, many more. After students have completed almost their entire time in the degree program, they can then take Communication 495, the Communication Capstone course. This is taken in the last semester or second to the last semester of their degree program here at Sdsu. The Health Communication course plan is similar, but has one extra foundational requirement, the Introduction to Health Communication, COMM 321. And then our health communication majors choose electives from health communication. They choose 2 investigating communication courses, and then they choose electives from outside of the School of Communication that specialize in health-related issues such as diversity and aging, biomedical ethics, international health, and others. Just as with the communication majors, health communication majors end their degree taking the communication capstone with the communication majors. Something I wanted to point out to you about our capstone course is that we have actually helped to create the standards in the discipline across the nation for what a communication capstone course is. The textbook that we use was edited and authored by faculty in the Sdsu School of Communication and people who have graduated from the School of Communication and are now professors in programs all across the United States. It is a marketed textbook on the national stage with many programs across the country adopting our textbook as their resource for structuring their communication capstone course. But courses aren't the only thing that students experience in the School of Communication. We have also several very active student organizations, such as the Health Communication Student Organization that provides professional network opportunities, and professional development activities for health communication students. We have Lambda Pi Eta, which is the Communication Honors Society for those students who qualify. And we have a very active forensics team, which I'll talk about next, which is our competitive speech and debate team. We also have a research apprentice program for undergraduate students in the School of Communication. This is a semester-long mentored experience where students are paired with faculty researchers to be part of their research teams and help them with their research projects. These experiences often result in students having projects to present at research conferences that are specifically geared to undergraduate researchers. Our forensics team is nationally regarded as very competitive and successful in both individual speech events such as impromptu and other performance events, as well as debate teams in both Lincoln Douglas individual events and parliamentary debate, which is team debate. It's a wonderful opportunity to travel around to other states and other parts of the state of California, and scholarships are available for people who are on our team. We also have a very active and popular study abroad program, including our Communication in Europe program and our Thailand program. All Sdsu study abroad opportunities have been suspended for summer of 2020 due to the COVID-19 public health crisis, but we fully anticipate that both of our study abroad programs will be back up and running in the summer of 2021. Our faculty are devoted to the success of our students. We have internationally recognized scholars and award-winning teachers in the School of Communication who conduct cutting-edge research and who work with our students to introduce them to what research does for their own professional development goals. And we all look forward to meeting you in person in the fall, and are happy to answer any questions that you might have. Please visit the website of the School of Communication and for finding more information about our faculty and course descriptions. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.